Okay, so in today's tutorial, we're going to basically talk about how to create a professional album cover. Now, before anyone comments in the video saying, oh, this is not a professional album cover, so on and so on, I'm not claiming that this image you see in front of you is a professional album cover. I am just simply using it as an example on what an album cover fundamental foundation sort of look like. An album cover will always consist of two things, the image and the font. They're the only two things that really an album cover will depend on. Now, if you'll notice, the best place to get inspiration for an album cover is probably on a random music store. So go on iTunes, HMV, anywhere that you buy music. Maybe even actually physically go into a music store and just look at random album covers. You'll notice that most professional album covers aren't anything fancy. They're usually pretty damn plain, and that's what makes them so special, because design has sort of evolved into the stage where it needs to be fancy. It needs to have some sort of sparkly star over there and paint splat running down there and all this and that. It's become such a thing where it needs to have so much on it to be sort of accepted, and that's the problem, because really and truly the professional design is more plain, elegant, and just simply easy to look at. And that's what you'll see most album covers are. So if you are actually professionally designing an album cover, I would recommend not doing anything fancy whatsoever, but just keeping it simple. As I said, it consists of an image. So as you can see, there's an image of me on the screen, and it's all about the positioning of the image, the colors of the image. As you can see, I've made it black and white, simply because I wanted to. I made myself more into the left, so the text would be, there would be a space for the text on the top right. And it's all about just playing around. Now, the second biggest thing on designing an album cover is the fonts. Now, as you can see, I've used two different fonts over here. You can use as many fonts as you like. You can use one, you can use 30. I wouldn't recommend using 30. I would recommend usually no more than two. However, sometimes 3, 4 can be an exception. But fonts are really, really important. And I would recommend you, before going on to an album cover design project, I would recommend just sketching out your actual initial ideas. Your top first 5 ideas you get in your head, sketch them out. Then you'll see where your text is going to be, all this and that. And from there, I would recommend going to a website such as thefont.com, or going on loads of design blogs where they post those little 70 amazing fonts for designers, all this and that, blah blah blah. I'd recommend and just go through all those fonts and all this and see something that you genuinely think will suit the album cover. There's no point just going on your favorite font, because your favorite font may not suit the album cover. Finally, I would recommend that when doing your album cover, when you finished, I wouldn't recommend just doing one album cover. I would recommend doing a minimum of 3 album covers. Before you send it off to your client, I would recommend getting a friend or family member and actually honestly asking for their honest opinion on what you think, maybe if it could be improved or anything. After that, you can send it to your client, discuss, so on and so on. Now, I apologize that I'm not actually physically showing you how to design an album cover. Hopefully understand that it's not really a thing that you can just follow a video on. I can actually, in fact, tell you the dimensions of an album cover. This album cover in front of you is 300 dpi, 1425 by 1425. However, before designing any album cover, I would talk to the client, ask what CD distributor he's going to be using, and actually going to a website and getting a template for a CD. I will provide in a link below a template to a CD cover. However, please note, it will be very accurate, but it may be not 100% accurate to a CD distributor that you may be using or your client will be using. Other than that, I haven't really got anything to say apart from just always practice. And yeah, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Link will be in the description below, and join the Creative Vice Designs Facebook fan page for updates. There will always be posts on free fonts, free inspirational things, etc, etc. Just a little design community. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching the video. Press like if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something. And again, once again, apologies for not actually physically doing a proper tutorial, but just talking. Till next time, peace.